I just thought that was the case. And so I lived my first 20, 25 years of my life just thinking, okay, well, there's nothing can be done. Asthma's, incurable. And I was told over and over again that I was incurable all the time by doctors. And so I got to the age of 20 and a remarkable thing happened. And it's funny, I was talking to one of my kids yesterday, our youngest boy, Joel, and we're talking about how it's always one conversation that makes the change in your life. You can track back to things, to one conversation that changed the whole trajectory of where your life then ended up going. And so for me, that conversation was with Fiona, who was, we conceived a baby at the age of 20, so I was very young when I started having kids. My kids are in their 30s and 20s now. And so we conceived this baby, and Trey was in the womb, and she was sitting on the side of the bed. And I remember it clear as a bell. She's sitting on the side of the bed, and I'm sitting there, and I turned to her to go to get into bed, and I got my Ventolin out, and I took a couple of puffs of Ventolin, and took my couple of doses so that I could calm down and go to bed. And I got to the point with my asthma where I was taking Ventolin all the time out of habit, as well as kind of being addicted to it, and as well as being told that I had to take it to prevent my asthma and treat my asthma. So I was taking a lot of it. And I took the puff, and I took a couple of bits, and I turned to get into bed, and she sat up on the side of the bed, and she looked up at me, and she just ripped me a new one. She just said, "You're pathetic. You're 20. You can't even get through the day without drugs and medication. How are you going to be a father to this baby? What kind of man are you going to be? You can't even get through your day and night without drugs. You're absolutely pathetic. You're going to be the world's worst father. You need to sort your shit out and change your diet." And this was in 1988. So this was before we had this kind of understanding that food has something to do with pretty much every single disease that human beings suffer from, which is of course what we know now, and which is what I've written books about and I teach all over the world. But at that time it was really confronting to hear in 1988 someone saying, change your diet, stop eating McDonald's and Coke and all the crap that you eat, and you might get a result with your health. And I was very resistant to this moment, putting it mildly. I sat and sulked on the side of the bed for about 4 hours, and yelled and screamed at everyone in the known universe, as you do, blamed everyone else, But then it dawned on me, after about 4 hours, it dawned on me that actually I wanted to be well, I wanted to be able to breathe, I actually wanted a good life, and I wanted to be a good father. And that was the moment for me that I really got in touch with what is my why. And when I'm working with people, and I work with thousands of people all over the world, I always try to get them in touch with, first of all, what's the why, what's driving you?